Good, y'all. I got some breaking NBA news for y'all. The Golden State Warriors made another push to retain Jonathan Kuminga over the past several days, but the restricted free agent is continuing to decline their 2-year, $45 million contract offer, sources told ESPN on Wednesday. Kuminga's decision is due in large part to the Warriors' insistence on having a team option for the second season and their unwillingness to let him maintain the built-in no-trade clause, sources said. His agent Aaron Turner presented the Warriors a few frameworks during a pair of Summer League meetings in Las Vegas, including a 3-year deal worth around $82 million that allowed the Warriors to stay below the second apron to use the taxpayer mid-level exception. Kuminga and Turner have used July to explore their sign and trade options. The most significant negotiations have been with the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns, getting proposals to up to 4 years, approaching $90 million total, including a player option for the final season, sources said. Phoenix has made the most lucrative push via sign and trade. The Warriors have been uninterested in the trade returns from the Kings and the Suns for Kuminga, sources said. In recent days, they have begun signaling a plan to cut off sign and trade conversations entirely, using their restricted free agency leverage to the fullest, sources said. Their current stance is that Kuminga will be on the Warriors roster to begin next season, even through their 2-year offer on the table or standing $7.9 million 1-year qualifying offer, whichever is Kuminga's preferred path. Kuminga prefers the long-term offers presented by the Kings and Suns because he believes they signify a fresh start, a larger guaranteed role, a promised starting position, and a greater level of respect and career control, shown in part through the player option, sources said. Phoenix's proposal is also nearly $70 million more guaranteed than the Warriors offer. So it seems to me like the Golden State Warriors are holding Jonathan Kuminga hostage. From what I heard that they were planning on getting rid of Jonathan Kuminga this offseason. Remember, Steve Kerr had some issues with Jonathan Kuminga because when he would bring him into the rotation, there were times where he would take shots instead of passing it to Steph Curry, who was obviously the number one option for the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr did not like this at all, which caused him to cut Jonathan Kuminga's minutes, having him on the bench, pretty much wasting his talent, right? Now, when you look at the playoffs this past season, the reason why Jonathan Kuminga started playing is because Steph Curry got injured. And also, Jimmy Butler was not playing up to par. Everybody, like myself, thought that we were going to get playoff Jimmy. And, Jimmy Butler just wasn't consistent, man. He looked like a shell of himself, looked like he might be washed. And he didn't look like the same Jimmy Butler that took the Miami Heat to the finals twice. You understand what I'm saying? Which caused Jonathan Kuminga to pretty much play lots of minutes off the bench. And Jonathan Kuminga was scoring 20 plus off the bench, bro. The guy was just balling out. And it's obvious that he should have been in the starting rotation when Steph Curry got injured, right? So Jonathan Kuminga feels disrespected, obviously, by Steve Kerr. The fact that they're not paying him when he wants to get paid, right? Like his agent said to ESPN, they're offering him, like deals worth up to 80 mil, but the guaranteed money is not as good as the offers that he's getting from the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. So long story short, Jonathan Kuminga, he wants a fresh start. He wants to get traded. I don't think he even wants to start the season with the Warriors. But the reason why the Warriors are keeping him hostage to the point where they've pretty much said he is going to start the season for the Suns is because they know they need him, right? They know that Jimmy Butler, in the playoffs, he didn't look like the same dominant Jimmy Butler that we're used to seeing in the playoffs. And if he plays like this again this season, they're going to need somebody to come off the bench and score, 10 to 15 to 20 points per night off the bench. They need Jonathan Kuminga. You also look at Draymond Green. He had a great defensive season last year, but he doesn't provide anything on offense. Jonathan Kuminga plays defense and he's good on offense. He can get to the rim, he can shoot threes, plays very tough on defense. He's a very physical player. The Golden State Warriors know that they need Jonathan Kuminga. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like, after you've already had your head coach disrespect you and pretty much undervalue you and underestimate you, the only reason why they even want Jonathan Kuminga is because, like I said, when Curry got injured and they was bringing him off the bench and they actually were using him, he was balling. He was outplaying Jimmy Butler. Like, you could have easily put Jimmy Butler on the bench and replace them with Jonathan Kuminga, and you're increasing your chances of winning the game. So the Warriors know they need him, man. And listen, the Warriors, they haven't really made any moves this offseason. I mean, they haven't really signed anybody notable in the free agent so far. So, you know, if they were to lose Jonathan Kuminga, that could cause Steph Curry to end up requesting a trade, because let's be honest, you know, if Jonathan Kuminga somehow leaves this team is not this isn't a play. I don't even think this team makes the playoffs, you know? And then you have your number one player, Steph Curry. He's going to be unsatisfied, and it could be a scenario where he ends up requesting a trade. And if that happens, then your franchise is done. You understand what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think about this, man. Listen, I think that Golden State, if they really want to keep Jonathan Kuminga, they're going to have to make a sacrifice, and they're going to have to either give him what he wants or trade him to the Suns or the Kings and get something back in return. We all heard that the Sacramento Kings are not planning on keeping Malik Monk. I can almost guarantee you guys that the discussions that Golden State has had with Sacramento, I can guarantee you that they have offered Malik Monk in exchange for Jonathan Kuminga. Let's see how much Malik Monk averaged last season per game. Malik Monk, he balled out on the Lakers, ended up getting a big contract with the Sacramento Kings. So last season, he averaged 17 points per game, which is very impressive. You understand what I'm saying? It's the most points he's ever averaged in a season at this point in his career. He's also only 27 years old. So I think that'll be a great piece to get back for Jonathan Kuminga. If Golden State is not willing to do that, then, I mean, they're playing themselves, man. He averaged more than Jonathan Kuminga did last season, but he did get more opportunities than Jonathan Kuminga. So with that being said, man, let me know what you guys think about this. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.